We are live. Hey, everybody, it's Love Marlene 411, your channel for all of the love things, because I believe when we learn to love ourselves, we will have a better relationship with your children, your spouse, significant other, your siblings, parents, anybody that you encounter in this life. Yeah. So, welcome to
Your cat,
today's.
your dog.
Oh, yeah, even your doggy, your doggo, and your kitty cat. So, me and my co-host, Miss Nexa.
Hello, everyone.
So, Miss Nexie, everybody can see by the title
Yes, ma'am.
what we're doing.
Yes,
We're doing
ma'am.
a back it up, back, back it up.
Yep, leave it back there, just in the rear view of your corner of your eye, not even the front of your eye, just the corner of your eye. Back, just let it go. It's stayed in the past. That's it.
Mhm. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. But before all of those things, Miss Nexie,
Uh
this is
oh. Oh,
this.
I hear something. I hear something moving, like a little. Oh my lord. Water, Miss
A sippy sip.
Marlene? We are having water, Miss Marlene. Wow.
Oh,
She is being good now.
no.
Well, I think,
You're being good.
well, I'm only having my little cup of, coffee, I think. Although something tells me that I might opt for something, I don't know.
You know, I'm having something 21 and over ish.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe I should have something, 21 and over.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that. Maybe I should
Oh, come on, Miss
have
Nexie.
something
Hi,
delicious.
hi, Miss Betty. How are you? Welcome.
Hello, Miss Betty.
Okay. So, Miss Nexie, you hear the, you know, you hear this.
I
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
it,
yeah,
Miss
yeah.
Marlene. I hear it.
So this is rum and coke.
Ooh, ooh la
Oh
la,
yeah.
Coke, huh?
Opa.
Well, I was thinking like this for me.
Ooh, what is that? Ooh, that looks
Not sure.
good.
Not sure. I think I'm gonna have it. I've been saying, I got it on my
Mm-hmm.
side probably about a month ago, and I forgot. I forgot about my little wine bottle, but I think I'm
Okay.
gonna have that right now.
Well, go, mute it. Go and get your wine glass and start pouring. Well, I welcome everybody. Hi Kaigus. How is everybody doing? Happy Thursday, everybody. A little bit of delay, but we're here. And this Miss Nexie, we haven't had a sip and chat in 2 weeks.
See, Miss Marlene, here I
Ooh,
go with my wine.
that's a big pour.
I'm telling you, delicious.
That's
So
a
here I go.
that's a grown woman pour.
Oh yes, ma'am. Yes, it is, and I'm very proud of being a grown woman.
That's a grown woman drink.
That is a mama's gonna have fun tonight.
That's a mama's
No
gonna have fun
children,
tonight drink.
no kiddos at home. We're gonna have fun.
And we have to say always drink responsibly and only for 21 and up. Okay. Okay. So Miss Nexie, now that
Yeah, what you said.
Now that we've gotten past drinks, okay, rum and coke, wine over here, now we're going to talk about today's topic. Today's topic is rear view. We're going to do a back up and talk about the things that we dealt with, what we went through in 2024, and how to leave it back there. Rear view. We want to keep some things in our rear view that we realize there's certain things that happen to us, but what are we going to do about it? So I'm going to share one, then I'll let Miss Nexie share one. So for me, what I want to leave in my rear view in 2024 is doubt. You know, as just me, my personal self, I have to start leaving doubt. And the doubt, sometimes it comes from within me, but other times that doubt comes in looking at another person like, oh, but look what they're doing over there, and look what they're doing. But everything that other people are doing, it doesn't mean that it's something that you should do. So I'm working on that to make that be something that I really don't stay in that space too long, because everybody doubts themselves from time to time, but it's about leaving that doubt there and letting yourself move forward.
Yeah, exactly. I think that one of the ways that you can do that is by acknowledging that you have that doubt, which is what you're doing right now. For
Mhm.
me, it's a form of doubt, but for me, it's more second guessing my
Mhm.
decisions. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do it on everything, but I do it a lot when it comes to family and, my immediate family, and sometimes on a couple of friends. I second guess, did I make the right decision by staying away? Or did I make this right decision by not inviting? Or did I make the right decision by, not communicating with this? So I second guess my decisions a lot when it comes to um, immediate family and friends that are like family sometimes. And that's something that I'm leaving behind in 2024. I am
Right.
no longer second guessing myself. The
Yeah.
decision I make is going to stick, whether it's good for me
We're
or
not.
or bad for me, it doesn't matter. I'm going to stick with the decision I make.
Yes, that's a good one. And I can't speak for you, Miss Nexie, just speaking for myself. When I second guess myself, it's usually because I really don't believe in it. I don't believe in myself, or I don't believe in what I'm about to do. So it's one of the things that helps me is I reaffirm within myself that I can do it and I'm capable of doing it.
Guessing I have is because, like, we have spoken on some of our sip and chats before. Of We talked about the guilt that our family, our parents put on us when ourselves from family, or we don't help family, or we're not going above and beyond for family. You know that, oh my God, that's your cousin, you're supposed to do that. Oh, why aren't you not picking up your sister's phone calls? That's your sister, you're supposed to. So that guilt that you're supposed to be at their beck and call every time, it's what makes me second guess certain decisions sometimes, Miss Marlene.
Yeah.
I feel that that's what it is for me.
Yeah. I think for me, what I second guess myself is because, honestly, if I'm being honest, I second guess because I really am not sure if I really want to do it. Like, I'm like, because when you're for me, when I'm
Mm.
fully convinced of something, no matter what anybody says, nobody can stop me from moving forward to do it. But when I kind of am like, I don't know. Should I? Maybe. It sounds good. Like when I don't know, that's when I second guess. But when I'm sure of something, you can't stop me. That's just my personality. Once I'm in, I'm all the way in.
Yeah, that's me. made me, not anymore, Miss Marlene, to make me second guess. But this year, moving forward, I made a promise to myself on the first at 2:05 a.m. that this is the year for me, the second year for me. And I'm gonna improve me. And I'm gonna go with the decisions I make because I have seen them and I have seen myself flourish so much this past year. I have traveled on my own. I have done so many things on my own without waiting for others to have the time or, to give me the time of day or, to want to do it with me. So now it's my second year of me
Oh,
and
wow.
not second guessing.
The second year of you. I love that. I love that for you. That's
Yes.
awesome. Because I know many loved ones that it's something that some women and some men struggle with their whole life, feeling like guilty or feel like shamed or feeling something when it comes to us. Like one of the things that I was working on before, now I'm really good at it. But before I used to have a really hard time saying that it's okay for me to take a day off, for me to just relax, for
Mm.
me to be by myself, for not to pick up the phone because it was always like, oh, what if this person calls? And then my therapist was like, well, call them back later when you're done. you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
hmm
Or what if they need me? What if they need me?
hmm Yep. hmm And that's the thing. We have to stop, we have to stop always making ourselves available, and I mean that in lots of areas in my life. That's what I worked on in 2024, like protecting my mental health, protecting my spirituality, protecting my finances, like not allowing people, because just because somebody's asking for money doesn't mean you have to, you know offer. And just because you have it, it doesn't mean you have to give it's a lot of things that I was working on inside of me, because
Mm.
I used to always feel like, well, they're asking and they need it. And they're like, but why do you feel you have to give them? Because you don't have to do anything for anybody if you don't want to. So I had to work on fixing that inside of myself. And what it was is when I was younger and I used to ask for things and always be told no. So it's like now that I am in a different position and I can do it, I feel guilty because I remember what that felt like. So I have to stop like trying to fix my inner child through another person.
Mm. And Miss Marlene, um, that is something that I I have been trying to do. Like I'm not an ATM anymore per se, like I used to be back in my day, but I still do have a hard time saying no to the people. Not saying no. I have a hard time not offering. I can help you with this. Just take it. Or here's blah blah blah. Just take, this money. It's gonna and they're not asking me, but because I love them, right? So this year I want to step away. And I have already been doing a good job stepping away from that, from offering, like you say, what we don't have.
hmm
But I have to be more firmer with myself and not feel so guilty by not helping because I always go to, but I was in their shoes before when I had my little
hmm
ones and I needed it and nobody helped me. So they have their little ones. I gotta, you know what I mean? I don't want them to feel like I felt. But I
hmm
have to stop and say to myself, that's not my job. They're not asking you. You're the one offering it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I have to do that to myself.
Yes. And I think that's a good thing. And I'm glad that you said that because it uncovers, it peels back some layers inside of us, right? And
Mhm.
it really shows us, because some things we were told since we were younger, as young women, as young men, we were told things. That's your family, that's your kid,
Mhm.
that's your
Yep.
mother, that's your father, that's this person, and you're supposed to do it. And
Yep.
when you don't do it, it goes back to those things where, like, some things I call like brainwashing. Like,
Yep.
we're brainwashed into thinking that certain things is acceptable, and it never was acceptable. It's just things that people used to do. And if you really don't want to do something, you should never feel forced to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel obligated to do it, right? Like,
Hmm.
oh, because you are, the way, and this is my, again, brainwashing from our families, but this is mine, is that, well, you're in a position that you can do it. The rest of your family is not as, is not wealthy, but it's not in good standings with money as you are. So, why not help? You have it. It's not gonna affect you. It's not gonna, you're not gonna miss it.
Hmm.
But
Or, or
once you
or
start,
or like they love to say, Miss Nexie, it's not gonna break you.
yes, yeah, yeah, it's not gonna break your bank. But then you start realizing that in this past year, in the 12 months of the year, I have helped this, and this person with 100 plus monthly. It has added up to this in an entire year. That came out of my hard earned money.
So, Miss Nexie, one of the things that my therapist helped me to realize when it came to giving out money, she was telling me, she's like, okay, there's nothing wrong with if you feel.
Feel,
Oh, go ahead, Miss
yeah, go
Nexie.
ahead. No, no, I said they make you feel obligated to
Hmm.
helping others. It's your
Yeah.
job.
Hmm. And one of the things that my therapist helped me to come to that realization was that they weren't there when you were getting your education. They weren't there all those sleepless nights, you studying and you showing up for school, you starting a business, you whatever it is that you're doing in order to get to that position. It's like they feel, because just because of blood ties, like that, just because we're relatives, I'm, well, but you're this, you have this title,
Oh,
yeah,
no, no,
but
no.
I worked
No,
hard to
Miss
get that.
Marlene, I'm
Hmm.
sorry to interrupt you because you're there. You know what I like, the best one I like with our families? But you
Hmm.
don't have any small children anymore.
Oh.
Your kids are grown. I mean, if
Yep.
you could lend them that money, I mean, you don't have, and it's like, oh, okay, whoa, 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 wait a minute. So I
Lend.
don't.
I love that word.
Yes, yes, but wait, you don't have any small children, meaning I don't have children to support, so therefore I got to support somebody else's kid.
Because I put in all that work now. Now I should take up yours? What?
Yeah, yeah, and it's something that, it's a baggage you carry with you, Miss Marlene, for the rest of
Mhm.
your life. Because we have come from generation after generation after generation of everybody always helping everybody. Like the one person
Mhm.
helps everybody and nobody helps that person.
Mhm.
And when credit comes to be due, and I'm sorry to say this, nobody gives you credit. You're always the one that didn't do it. Well, remember that time that you did this? And they're always
Mhm.
throwing rocks at you, and you're the one helping everybody else except
Yep.
yourself.
And Miss Nexie, what burns me up is I'm not the type of person that asks for much, but
Hmm.
I get to points sometimes where I may need, like, a in between, something can happen and I will need something. Um, and when I get to that point, there's nobody. Oh well, well, you need it now. Oh, well, why don't you ask this person? They're always so eager to delegate you to somebody else, but when it comes time for them to get the help, they don't want to help you.
Help you, yes. You know, um, I'm someone that always is always willing to help, But what I've changed this past year, Miss Marlene, is that, and I've been trying very hard, and it mostly
Mhm.
is thanks to you, by the way.
Oh,
I
thank you.
sit and chat, listening to your, all of your lives.
Mhm.
Well, I haven't been connected in a while, but I go back to the entire year that we have been together doing this, and I've been following you, and there's a lot of good advice on what you say. But
Mhm.
what I have tried not to do this past year, and I started towards the end of the year, that's when I started
Mhm.
implementing this, is that I am not going to be so ready to lend a hand just
Mhm.
because I'm the one that is better off.
Mhm.
I stopped that already. That's it.
You know, Miss Dexy, I'm glad you said that because my dad used to say, "Oh, I want to say hi to Kevin. Tuber chat is in the chat. Hi, Kevin." Um,
Hi, Kevin.
my dad used to say something, and he used to always say, "Sometimes you have to be tight fisted," and
Mm.
he was telling me the reason. Like people will say, "Oh, they're cheap," or "They're mean," or "They're this,"
Hmm.
but when you close your fist, what are you doing? You're protecting everything inside.
Yep.
So there are times where you have to close your fist so you protect your mental health, you protect your heart, you protect your spirituality, you protect your finances. There's certain times where you need to, it's necessary for you to close your fist. And I'm glad my dad taught me that lesson. Got to
It,
close your fist sometimes.
yes, he was so right on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you the change I made. Normally during Christmas time, I will
Mhm.
send extra from what I already do, right? To everybody. Extra for this because it's Christmas. This year I said no. I'm gonna send the monthly allowance to, because it's not that they have asked me for it. I'm doing it out of me, out of gratefulness for help, for because they helped raise me. So I'm doing it out of the kindness of my heart, but I'm not going overboard. I sent the same amount, and I saved a lot of money, and I got the same, thank you, the same gratitude, the same, don't overdo it, don't overextend yourself. My sister is one of those people. Don't oversend me. She always tells me that. Don't
Mhm.
overdo that. And I'm always going overboard. But this year I didn't.
Mhm. Oh, guess what's funny, Miss Nexie?
Uh-huh.
When you just like you're saying, don't overdo it, and then they say, "Oh, don't overdo it," and then when you don't, they're like, "That's it." So sometimes you have to. You have to say what you mean, and you have to mean what you say because family. Sometimes they just don't get it when you say, "I'm not going to do that anymore" until you actually do it.
Yeah, no, they're like, oh, she took my word for it? You didn't overdo it? What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
I
they're
was
like,
just
"Oh,
joking.
that's it? That's it?"
Yes. So, and by doing that, by not oversending, by not, and I cut my gift giving to a minimum as well. And I don't mean that I didn't buy each and every person, because I did buy the little ones a little something because they're babies. They don't know any better,
Yeah.
right? But what I did is I gave a family gift,
Mm.
like a gift card for the family. They can go eat, they can go whatever it is that they, so that's what I did. And it was a lot better than, giving individual gifts.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh, instead of giving to everybody, a
Hmm.
lot of people just gave to the kids, and that's it. The adults don't
Yeah.
get gifts anymore. Yeah.
That's what I was doing, except that now I said, you know what? I'm just gonna give it to the family, and then the kids that are around that family are gonna be part of it. And only the 1 year olds, 2 year olds, 3 year olds, those little ones, yeah, you give them something because they're always expecting. They're little. They don't know any
Hmm.
better.
Yeah,
But
they're
by
little.
doing that, by making it a family gift, I have saved myself a lot of money. Yes, ma'am. Because otherwise, You have to be, you know, you can give a certain amount, right? I'm not saying do it this way, but let's say you give a $50, $100 gift card for a family of something.
Mhm.
Other, if you give it individual, you have to be 20, $25 per person, or you know what I mean? Like then it is too
Mhm.
cheap if you give 15 or 10. So this time I said, nope, I'm just gonna give this amount, and that's it. And
Mhm.
I saved money, saved time from shopping all over the place, and
Mhm.
everybody was happy.
Yep. I love that. I love that for you. Hi, Robert. How are you? Welcome.
And I don't feel guilty about it. That's what I left in 2024. Not
Woohoo!
feeling guilty about it. Hey, Robert.
Woohoo! I love that. I'm so tired, Miss Next. It's exhausting to feel guilty about making better choices for yourself and your family. I'm not doing it anymore.
Yep, I left that behind last year. Another thing that I have been doing a lot more, and I think you have noticed too, before, I wouldn't take a holiday off like by myself. I
Mhm.
will always be with my little one. And no
Mhm.
matter what, I will have to accommodate so that I could take him with me all the time. But last year, towards the end of the year, I started doing the I'm gonna go by
Woohoo!
myself, and you stay with
Woohoo!
dad and have fun with dad. Bye.
Ooh, somebody is growing up.
Oh, I'm grown now, Miss Marlene. I'm grown. And the guilt of, okay, he's special needs. You're leaving, and what if he cries for you? What if he asks for you? What That guilt, little by little, it's going away because I
Mhm.
am actually listening to the person that is taking care of him, saying, "Listen, once you're gone, he is okay. He's just a brat in front of you." But once
Mhm.
you leave, he's like, "Oh, so what's for dinner?"
Yeah, he's like, okay, she's gone. Bye.
Yeah. So what about the tears? Yeah, yeah, they're dry. What's for dinner? She's gone, so I'm cool.
Yeah, but it's so hard. It pulls on your heartstrings
Yes.
to see them. Oh, you're like, oh, but then you're like, okay, bye.
But my therapist said you're burning yourself out
Mhm.
because you don't allow anybody else to be around him,
Mhm.
and you're not allowing him to grow as a person. You're
Mhm.
keeping him too sheltered. And
Yep.
what's going to happen is, what if something happens to you? You're no longer here. Who's going to suffer the most is him, because
Mhm.
you have kept them too close to your, apron strings. But apron strings, I'm sorry. But
Mhm.
I was under the impression that he needed me. That's why I had to be there. And it's not that. It's the other way around. It was
Mhm.
my mama bear just wanting to hold on to, oh, I have to be here. I have to
Yep.
every step of the way because he's my son. And yes, he's my son, but he's also his own person.
Mhm.
And there's more people willing to care for him, but I wasn't allowing that.
Mhm. Yep.
And
Sometimes so
uh,
you have to let them fall down and have their boo boos, and then you'll be sad and so, oh, you had a boob, and they'll be like, oh, I got a boo boo, and that's a
uh,
mom bear. You're, oh, let me see a boo boo, let me fix it, and but then they're fine, and I said, what did you have? Oh, I cried, and then I got up and I did it, and they're like, what? You can do that without me? What?
you don't what you got a band-aid on your own? What?
Oh, what? I said, but who kissed your boo boo? It's just a it's
And
one of those things like you feel like the world is gonna crash and burn without you, but
yeah,
it's not.
Miss Marlene, and I get, okay. So now that he's going more out with camping with dad and doing all these things, and now I come home and I'm like, okay, it's nighttime. Let's get your pajamas on. Pajamas are already on.
Mm,
Let's brush our teeth. The teeth have been brushed. He's already done that. You're doing everything without me, and then dad says, "You still do it for him? He can do it on his own."
yeah.
I don't baby him. You baby him too much.
Yep.
And I'm learning that he's becoming more independent by me
Mhm.
separating from me. I'm separating from him, and he's separating from the me hovering and doing
Mhm.
everything for him. He's
Mhm.
becoming more mature, more independent, and everything that people will tell me, you're hovering, you're a
Yep.
helicopter mama.
Yep.
Oh, that is coming true, and I'm getting a lot of "I told you so." I told you so, but well,
Yeah.
listen.
Well, and that's when you're like, la 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 la. I don't want to
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
that. They need me.
You were all wrong. I was the only one right here. Yes. So I'm taking more me time, Miss Marlene. I'm getting my
Mhm.
me time back. I'm recuperating my solitude. I'm actually enjoying the time that I get to be on my own for 3 or 4
Mhm.
days without worrying every 5 minutes and texting every 5 minutes. Is he okay? Is everything okay? Is he eating? Now I don't even text
Hmm.
to find out anything. I let it go for a day or two. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I should text and see how they're doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then when you call them, they have an attitude like they don't even know who you are. Mhm. Yep. That's how it goes. So, Miss Nexie, let's see what else we're gonna leave behind in 2024 when it's. Oh, go ahead, Miss Nexie.
I'm saying they have that attitude when you call them. What do you want? What is it,
Mhm.
mom?
Yep. They have
Okay.
an attitude. So it's one of those things that it's not them, it's us. We're the enablers. Mhm.
Wow. Wow. Have you been
Man, that
talking to my
hurts.
therapist? Have you been?
That hurts.
Yeah, do you know what my therapist is? Have
I
you
don't
been
I don't
chit-chatting
I
with
remember when my therapist said I was an enabler. I was like,
him? What?
"Me?" I was like looking around and he's like, "It's only two of us in here." "Me? Me?
I
No."
wa My therapist, I was told, Miss Marlene, by my therapist, "Are you sure he's the one attached to you?" I said, "What? Excuse me? So you're saying that I'm the one attached to him? I mean, I'm his parent, but I'm one of the
No.
parents, but yeah,
I was like, it's I am the mother,
yes."
okay?
And well, let him go for the week. Well, I mean, 24 hours, one night apart. How do you know he's going to be okay one night apart? Well, have you ever tried? No. Then who
Mm.
is attached to whom?
Yeah, see? Mhm.
And then I was like, yeah, you're wrong. Yeah, no, you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about.
Mhm. Until it's proven true and you're the one on the other side, like you're like in a the with fetal position in bed crying. I miss them. Are they okay? Do they have a snack? I
They
miss
don't care
them.
for me
When
no
are they
more.
coming home?
Or when you're the one that calls and you say hi baby, they're like, okay, hi, bye bye mom, and they go play, and you're like, I thought you were missing me.
Yeah, and they're not.
Aren't you supposed to be crying? Aren't you supposed to be on the floor asking for me?
Yeah. I was like, "Did you cry?" "No." "Bye."
Yeah, yeah, bye, 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 mom, bye. I gotta go, mom. You're like, okay. So all of that, Miss Marlene, I have had to come to terms that as you just as your therapist told you, not me, that you were the enabler.
Yeah.
I have had to you know take that little cup of reality. I took a big
Mhm.
gulp out of that reality check that I was the one super attached. I was the one hindering my young son's growth.
Hmm.
And coming to that realization has freed me from um doing things without feeling guilty,
Guilty. Mhm.
because I was getting burned out. I had not had a me time, and
A
I'm gonna
long
tell
time.
you that no, like in a long time, a me time, a weekend for me, it had been 12 years. since the last time I had a weekend to myself traveling somewhere, Miss
What?
Marlene. Yes, he was always with me because dad used to travel a lot for work. So he was
Mhm.
gone at least, he will see our son every 3 months, and just for like a 24-hour trip. So
Wow.
for the past 12 years, I had been mom and dad to my son.
Mhm.
Meetings with the teachers, meetings with social workers, meetings with everybody. It was all me. So I
Yep.
had not had a me getting to know me again now that, we're
Mhm.
divorced, separated, or whatever, having a me time for the past 12 years. And
Yep.
not feeling guilty about the fact that I'm not there for him, because now I know that I deserve this time for me, that I'm
Yep.
supposed to have this time. So
Mhm.
that's what I've learned listening to you and talking to you and going with, our sip and chats and learning from one another and from our therapy sessions, that it is okay to feel guilty, that it's okay not to be okay, and that it is okay for us to make
Mhm.
mistakes, that the best thing that we can do about those mistakes is own up to them.
Yep.
And I thank you for that.
Oh, well, I thank you too because I've done some personal growth here on the sip and chat, like some of the stuff that I was talking about before. And now it's like I've moved past that. And I'm grateful to say that I used to feel some type of way. Like a major thing that used to really bother me is when I would do something and then I would see somebody duplicate it, like either here on this app or other social media or in business, a relative. But I learned in 2024 to leave behind that, you know, feeling that anybody could be me. Like, I had to leave
Mm,
that behind because there's only one me and there's only one
yes.
you. So even if somebody tries to take it, duplicate it, but they
Copycat.
can never say it like you. They can never have your personality. They can never have your story. So
Yeah.
let them do what they want.
They they can never tell your story.
Mhm. Uh-oh. I don't hear any sound. Okay, it's back.
It's ours. We have lived it. So we're the only ones that are able to say it the way that we do because it's our lives. They can
Mhm.
duplicate, they can try to, they can do all of those things, but it will never be original because it's not their life. It's ours.
Yep. So that's one thing that I left behind in 2024. Like I used to be like, oh, they did it again. And that's what I do. And that's what I say. But
That's my job now.
yeah. And now I'm like, who cares? Like, and sometimes now I'll even laugh. I'll be like, I was like, I'm impressed. I'm like,
Yeah.
hmm. Yeah, that
I-
show, my therapist was trying to tell me that when people try to copy you, it's not something that you like and everything, but it shows how what you're saying, it shows your intelligence. It shows that, you're very knowledgeable. It shows you've been through things and people don't know how to have their own ideas. They don't know how to put things together or they want the accolades because they don't know how to do things for themselves. So it's something that in looking at it that way, you honestly you're a role model to
yeah, you're doing
somebody.
something right. You're
Yeah.
doing something right. And that is the one thing, the thing that I also left behind is not completing the things that I have, like the goals that I have set for myself.
Mm,
I used to make a list of 10 things I wanted to do throughout the year. I shortened that one out, and I have only
mhm,
done 5 items and 5 things that I want to make sure I complete this year. And,
mm,
I'm getting them done. I already started. I'm going back to school. I want to do
mm,
something. I want to update my classes. I want to bring them up to date, do other things, and, get another degree, get something else. But I want to go back to school, and I already started that. I enrolled, and I start,
Congratulations.
towards the end of this month. And it's going to be online, but I'm doing it. It's something that I have been putting off for many, many years.
Long time.
So I'm
Mhm.
doing that now. And then other things that, I have to celebrate me.
Mhm.
I never
I love
do
that.
that. I never do that, Miss Marlene. I never celebrate me. Any
Oh,
accomplishment, any little thing, milestone in my life, I never celebrate. And people don't celebrate me. So I'm celebrating me now.
good. I love that.
I'm
Miss Nixie, one day you're going to start to be like me. I'll let you in on a secret. I have one day. I have made a day and I call it Marlene Day. Okay. And
okay.
every year, I mean, I go all out. I get my hair done, my nails and everything. I go to the spa, go shopping. I do anything that I want to do because it's a day to celebrate myself. And I'll do it like it's like your romantic partner, like get rose petals on the bed, in the bathtub, get some room service, like
It's,
whatever it is that I want that I would want somebody to do for me, I do that for myself.
yes.
One year it was just getting a hotel room because I needed to sleep. So that was my Marley day. I needed sleep desperately, and I gifted myself that. And years ago, I would never do it. I would just keep suffering and just saying, "Oh well, I'll just try to get as much sleep as I." You can't get it with people
Next
packing,
room, knocking
busting
on
in the
your
room,
door every
jumping
five
in your
minutes.
bed. It's not gonna happen.
Well, I decided that, Miss Marlene, because I was talking to someone that is very important in my life, and I had been asking this person, let's have a spa day. Let's
Mm,
do it. Oh yeah, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Yeah, one of these days we're gonna do it. Oh yeah, for my birthday. My birthday came. I'm busy. Well, maybe we can do it for this other day. Let me see my schedule. So they have been putting me off of. This person has been putting me off for the longest time.
not good.
So this Christmas, when we got together, this person is telling me, "Oh yeah, I just finished certain classes, and me and my best friend gifted each other a spa day. We went all out. We went to the spa, and I'm looking at this person, thinking, I've been asking you for months to have a one day, a spa day with me, and
Mm,
you just did that with your best." So at that point, I said, you know what? Why are you waiting for this person to do the spa day with
mhm.
you? So I booked a spa day for myself for next month. I'm gonna go to this place. It's called
Woo!
WI. It's a spa place that has it's a 24-hour spa day. Like it's
Ooh,
open 24 hours, and they have different rooms of different spas that you can
love
get.
it.
I'm gonna get a mud wrap. I'm gonna get a facial. I'm gonna get my nails. I'm gonna get a massage. The whole day is gonna be for me. And I have booked a hotel room, really next, close to the spa, so that I can go there and spend a couple of days in that place just for me.
Yes. Mhm,
Because it hurt
mhm,
me when this person said to me, "Oh yeah, me and my best friend did that. We got our facials done. We got a massage. We did this." And I'm looking at this person like with pain in my heart, because I'm
mm,
like, I've been asking you for the past 5 years for us to do something like that.
mm.
And I said, okay,
So
fine.
sorry. I'm so
So that's I already booked it, Miss Marlene, and I'm gonna do it for Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I'm happy for you. I'm glad that you're doing it and you're leaving whatever, all that negativity and
Yes.
yeah, behind, and you're just, I'm a firm believer in doing things solo. And
Oh,
I
me too.
never, I would never have done it before because though everybody here doesn't know it, but Miss Nexie, when you come from a big family, it's like you're
Mm,
always used to,
the
I have
buddy
to have
system.
Yeah, I have to have I have to have my sister or a friend or some, but you
Mm.
can do it by yourself. Like you went by yourself to eat. Well, where was your brother? No, they weren't there. Well, where is your no, they weren't there. Why? And it was like, because I want peace. I don't want drama. I don't want to have to feel like I have to scarf down my food because they only have a babysitter for an hour. You know what I mean? So it's all of those things, and I don't mean that like in a bad way, but sometimes for our mental health, for our peace, and also for your finances, just go by yourself. And
Yeah, and
stay as long as you want to.
yeah, and Miss Marlene, and you're right because you and I, please, I come
Mhm.
from it's six of us, all together. I have five siblings, and we had the buddy system. If you go somewhere, take your sister with you.
Yep.
But I wanted to go. No, take your sister, or have your brother go with you. You can't go by yourself.
Yep.
Or you go out to, you're gonna go by yourself. No, take your little cousin or whatever. They don't let you
They don't
be
let you.
you. Yeah, so you grow up with the buddy system in your head that you have to have
Yep.
someone there for you or with you, or things are not going to be okay. Well,
Yeah.
this past year, I started doing, thanks to a little Miss Someone with a beautiful, I started to do things on my own. I took a train ride to San Diego and to
Ooh.
Tijuana. I crossed the border, something that I would have never done on my own before.
Ooh.
I crossed the border. Yeah, well, mind you, my best friend and his wife were there waiting for me, but I did the crossing by
Yeah,
myself.
you crossed by yourself. Yeah.
So I have been doing that for the past few months, doing things on my own. And I'm not a someone that has a lot of friends, Miss Marlene. I don't.
Mhm.
I'm someone that has, I can count the amount of friends with one hand,
Yeah. Mhm.
but they're quality friends. They're
There you
friends
go.
that I can consider them family, more
Mhm.
than family, because I chose them to be in my life and
Yes.
they allow me to be in theirs. So I have a handful of friends, but those are people that I enjoy their company. I can go through the uh, I don't know, walk through a field with them and do
Mhm.
whatever they need me to do because that's how much I.
Uh-oh. Your mic went out for a second.
I'm so sorry. Our internet here with this fires, Miss Marlene, is
Mhm.
terrible. I'm sorry about that. But I know that they have families, they have things to do, and they cannot always do things with me. So I am learning to be okay with being alone,
Very
doing
now.
things on my own.
Mhm.
I enjoy meals on my own all the time. I love that. I love having those meals by myself. I get a good book, I read and everything. So I'm thinking, why can't I travel by myself? What's wrong
You
with
can.
that? But I
Mhm.
always had that thing, Miss Marlena, and I don't know if this has ever happened to you. I always had that thing that, oh, people are looking at me because I'm by myself. I'm traveling
Mhm.
alone, and they're probably thinking that I'm weird. I always had that
Mhm.
little thing inside of me because
Yep.
again, we come from big families and it's always the buddy system and you always have
Mhm.
to be with someone. But now I'm leaving all of that nonsense in
Mm.
2024 and
Yep.
I'm being my best friend from 2025
Mhm.
forward.
I love that. I love that for you too. And I want to say for me too, I was always like feel awkward. I was like looking around like who, and most of the time when you look around, nobody is looking at you. People can care less that you're by yourself. That's in your head.
That's what they put in our heads.
That's what they put in our head. And even sometimes, like when people look at you, I found when I go out by myself and people are looking at me, it's because of admiration,
Mhm.
because they may be in a space just like where we came from. And I'll be like waving and I'll be like having my best, I'll be having such a good time. I'll, I'll be
Yeah.
reading the book and it's so quiet and they're with somebody and they're blah 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 and you're like, oh, shut up. How can they deal
Yeah.
with them?
I don't know if you ever had this, Miss Marlene, but I have a quiet day for me where I
Mm.
disconnect from any TVs, iPads, phone, and I close myself. I lock myself either in my room, especially when my son is gone. I lock
Mm-hmm.
myself in and I don't watch TV. I read books. I eat good
Ooh.
food and I'm by myself, just quiet. I don't speak to anyone. I don't just by myself. And I have a do not disturb sign in my door so that no when that sign is up, nobody bothers me. I need that quiet time. And
Yeah.
I became like this right after we had the pandemic under control. I
Mm-hmm.
needed
Yeah, we do.
so I needed quiet time. Therapist told me, have a quiet. He's like, yeah, have you ever had a quiet day? I said, I don't know what that means. He's like, lock yourself away from phones, TVs, iPads, tablets, telephone, disconnect everything. Grab a good book, order good food, and lock yourself in your room with your thoughts and
Mm-hmm.
enjoy the quiet of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You can put good music if you want to, but don't put anything with words. Just put, just a melody.
Yep.
Don't have any. And I was like, what? And that's what I do. I plug
Mm-hmm.
into, therapy kind of, those calm
Yep.
songs that you get the rain motion and things like that. That's what I do. And I have my me day.
Yep.
And
That's
and I
good.
do it twice a month. I'm doing it my quiet me day. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't deal with anyone. I don't care what happens. I'm here 24 hours later. I get out of my room and I'm as happy as it can be.
There you go. So you're showing yourself, you're proving it to yourself that I'm okay by myself.
And again, it's thanks to you.
Mhm.
And I know that you probably think it's cliche. Oh, she's just trying to show off. No, Miss Marlene, I swear to you, it's thanks to
Mhm.
you. I have been a mother for so long, Miss Marlene. I have
Mhm.
never been by myself. And with you, I'm like, I have learned so much, even though you're so much younger than me, but you're so independent and you have your kids and you still
Mhm.
do things for you. So I learned from you that even though we have children, we
Mhm.
have to have our time. We have
You
to
do.
enjoy ourselves as well and celebrate us.
Yep. Because it nobody's going to celebrate you like you're going to celebrate yourself.
I learned that this past week
Mhm.
when they told me, "Oh yeah, we went to the spa," and I was like, "Oh," and I've been asking you forever, and
Mm.
so I said, "Yep," and that's the one thing I'm moving forward with no regrets from the past decisions that I made in 2024. I'm only regretful that I didn't finish my tasks, but I
Mhm.
cut the list down to only 5 items so that I can ensure that this year I will finish it.
Miss Nexie, I'm going to share something with you.
Uh-oh.
E- Every year when it's a new year, I only give myself one goal.
Oh, wow.
And you know
Just
why I
one.
do that?
Hmm.
Because when it's one goal, I make sure that one goal is going to be accomplished. And then guess what? When I finish that, I give myself another goal. And then I give
That's
myself
what I'm
another
gonna say.
goal. And then I give myself another goal. So for me, when I have so many goals,
Um,
I was like, it's overwhelming, and then I give up. But when I only have one, I'll do it.
ah, oh my God. Then I'm gonna do that next year. But this year
Hmm.
I did five. I'm already accomplishing three of those.
Ooh.
I'm already working on it. And
Hmm.
back to school, I'm already enrolled.
Hmm.
And I'm already doing my me times traveling. I'm
Mhm.
doing that. And I'm starting my quiet day on Sunday. I'm gonna have a quiet, no nothing interruptions day because I'm
Mhm.
not at work. And then there's two more that I have to complete.
You got this. You got this, Miss.
To getting more therapy, you know.
Mm.
But I want a different type of therapy.
Mm. You know,
So,
you
go
know,
ahead, Miss Marlene.
you know what I did? I'll tell you the different type of therapy that I get now,
Okay.
because you're probably going into what I just left. I started my therapy now is that I force my therapy to be a support group. So in the beginning, it was like I needed to be supported. And then I had to learn to stand on my own. And then now I'm in the phase of learning that I can do it, but also I can be there and listen to people who have my similar story or have been through the things that I've been through. And then that helps me. And then when I need it, I can do a fill in um, video call.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
mine is different. I started uh, listening. I started reading about this other therapy. It's like some form of like eye movement that you make, and that is supposed to help you. And it's helped a lot of people. So I want to try it just to see how it goes. It may not work for me, but I just want to try it anyway. It's called
Yeah, of
ours.
course, Miss Nexie. Of course, Miss Nexie, whatever it is that you feel that you need, you should go for it. And but for me, I'm in the position and space right now where I need to sometimes just sit back and listen to other people just for me to understand you're not the only one.
Yeah,
It's going to be okay. Other people are going through this. So that's where I am in
that's
my
beautiful.
journey. But I'm happy for you.
I can't be there in groups right now. I don't. I'm getting a lot of anxiety when I'm in large groups or in groups. So I rather work on that for now, which is why I'm telling you I want to go back, because I think that it wasn't enough therapy that I took after the pandemic. Like, it wasn't enough. So I want to go back and see what works for me so that I can come back, because I used to have remember I told you I used to have a group of parents that used to come to my house. We used to, do a book club. We used to talk about our special needs children. I was a support group for them. I was a support for these people. But when the pandemic came, we had to dismantle it because we couldn't get together. And I haven't been able to put it back together because I don't feel like I can. So I have to, and that's one goal that I have. I want to do that. And I want to volunteer, but in a different way now. That's the fifth one. And I don't
It's
know how yet, but I want to
mhm.
volunteer in a
But
different.
you'll it will all come to you. It will all come to you. Whatever it is that you need to do. For me, I'm step outside the box and do something new this year. And this is my year. I haven't told anybody. This is the first time I'm saying this out loud. But I promised myself that this is the year I'm going to book my first speaking engagement. So I'm
Congratulations!
just like, oh, the anxiety. I just started
You took
sweating. I was
place,
like, ah.
but you've been ready. I told you that last
I've
year.
been
You're
ready for a while, but
ready.
one of those things is sometimes you have to have somebody push you out of the nest for you to fly.
That's
Mhm.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. You need somebody to kick you out of the nest so you can
Yeah.
fly.
Yeah. I am, and my therapist and my mentor literally are kicking me this. Well, we're not going to have another visit until after you do your first speaking engagement. So
Yeah, and you're ready. You're
I
ready.
know.
You will do great. You will do
Mhm.
amazing. I'm just waiting for that invitation so that I can be there.
Oh, thank you.
The
Okay.
goals we have.
Yes, the goals. We have so many goals. Well, Miss Nexie, we could go
Ooh.
on and on and on and on, but look at that.
I,
We just
yeah,
made 1 hour. Can you believe that?
yes. Yes, I can't, but I believe it. Yes. We can go on, but I think we're done for today. It's
Yep.
our first, sip and chat of the year. So
Mm-hmm.
we're still getting back into the groove, but next week's is gonna be even better than this week's.
It's gonna be even better. So stay tuned, everybody. If you're new here, hit the like, subscribe to this channel. I have channel memberships. It starts at 99 cents. And you'll want to join because not next week, the week after, it's going to be a member only. And you guys saw a little bit of a preview of one of the topics that I did live in the public about dating, things that people say when they're dating. So it's going to be, we're going to talk about something not the same, but it's going to be a good topic that I'm going to leave just for the members. So stay tuned in 2 weeks. It's going to be for members only.
Something more personal, something more intimate, something
Hmm.
more, oh my God, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it will be fun. So thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you, as always, to my wonderful co hosts right here.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Marlene. Thank you for having me, and thank you for giving me the space to grow with you and
Mhm.
communicate and laugh and cry all at the same time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
wonderful. No, thank you as well. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Sip and Chat. I am Love Marlene 411, where we talk about all of the love things, the love we have for ourselves, children, spouse, significant other, friends, because when you learn to love yourself, you can learn to love others. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Bye, everyone.